What's up YouTube? Hope everything is well. Today we'll continue with my series The Best Buy. Today's the number 10. You can check the other ones on my YouTube channel. There is actually a playlist for all of them. Number 10 is always a great number to reach in this type of series. So if you have been enjoying The Best Buy, if you want to show support, you already know what you need to do, to be honest. You need to leave a like, you need to leave a comment, you need to subscribe if you are not part of the subscribers of my channel. So don't forget all of that good stuff. Leaving a like tends to be the easiest one, and if that's something you can do, I would be very thankful for that. Let's move on into the disclaimer. It will be a short one, but a very important one. No financial advice, no one can predict the market. Any card I will show in this video or any video I can eventually be buying or selling. On the description you can find a affiliate link that supports the channel. Same goes for Patreon. English is not my main language. Any types of mispronunciations, I'm sorry. Now, most of you guys may can skip this part, and I will explain how the Best Buy works. Basically, I will compare two cards that are very similar, the price is very similar, and see what I think is the best one. Then, my opinion, I will compare with my viewers' opinions, since I end up running a couple of polls on my Instagram. And people vote in the one they think is the best buy. I share my opinion, then, like I was saying, I compare with my Instagram, not viewers, in this case, followers. So, more than 300 votes. If you want to participate in the next one, follow me on Instagram. And the one thing to have in mind is all of those have a fun component to give you my correct answer. And by the way, there is no correct answer most of the time. I would need hours in research, and if you do not agree with my choice or my viewer's choice, does not mean you are wrong. It's just a different perspective. So let's start with the first one, and the first one puts Diego Maradona versus Andrea Pirlo. The Diego Maradona card is 82 Panini. Actually, the first World Cup for Diego Armando Maradona is a BGS 7.5, and we are talking about the typical Panini World Cup sticker, sold for $600. In the other side, we have 96 Panini DS Pianeta Andrea Pirlo versus another random player that I don't think is super relevant. This is actually the true rookie for Andrea Pirlo. I also like the 97 Panini Calciatore, but if you want to have the earliest thing for Andrea Pirlo, this is the one that we know being the first one, and sold for 60 bucks more than the Maradona, so 60 was there. And this is a great comparison, to be fair, because let's start with Andrea Pirlo, because talking about Maradona, I guess you guys already know Maradona is probably top four in terms of important players in the soccer history. But looking at Andrea Pirlo, I also believe Andrea Pirlo is a player that we should appreciate a little bit more, because I see a lot of love for Xavi, for Iniesta, and you guys know I love those guys. But I think Pirlo was not far from those guys. Some people may think Pirlo was actually better than Xavi, for example, and I don't think it's a crazy take. I pick Xavi, to be fair, but I don't think it's a crazy take to have Pirlo up winning everything. That you can imagine. I mean, Champions League multiple times, World Cup. So we are talking about a player that was very important for the history of the pre-modern era, for the history of the Italian soccer, for the history of Italian soccer. So I think Andrea Pirlo probably is a little bit underrated. A PSA 8 is a very strong grade. This one is a difficult one for me, because I think this is a close one. I really like the Andrea Pirlo. I honestly don't even remember the results that my viewers end up voting on this one. I mean, it's always so difficult to go against Maradona, because I really think the four goats are they still have a lot of upside. I'm talking about Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele, and Maradona. So because that alone, this is such an important sticker for Maradona. Actually, there is a chance that maybe in the long run, a top grade for that Andrea Pirlo in terms of rarity can be very difficult to find. But I would go for Maradona, and I think should be close. And my viewers end up agreeing with me. I think this is too much one side, being real. I think should be a little bit more close. I'm not mad that you guys end up choosing Maradona because I also end up choosing Maradona. But I think that Andrea Pirlo card is actually a great, not a card, it's a sticker, but is honestly a great sticker to own if you are Andrea Pirlo collector. So yeah, I think 84% is too much for Maradona, but I'm also, of course, not mad at all since I also end up choosing Maradona. Moving on, and the next one puts in this case, a much better competition for Maradona. Puts Diego Maradona again versus, in this time, another amazing player, 68 Polyrex Campeões Europeus Football, Royan Cruyff. I would say, one of the holy grail cards in the vintage market, in the entire soccer card market. But I also think the Maradona disc is one of the holy grails in the market. And we are talking about GOATs. Maradona sold for 2.6k and Royan Cruyff sold for 2.8k. I guess in this one I need to be transparent because I ended up buying the Maradona one, so I was the buyer for Maradona, and I actually was bidding on both, on the Maradona and the Cruyff. So with that in mind, you already know my answer. I probably go for the Maradona since I was very close to buy both, but in the end ended up making an extra push for Maradona. And I will explain my reasons. But before I explain my reasons, let me say one thing. I think the Cruyff card is amazing. I mean, it is not even that I'm. If you guys ask me, are you sure that you did the best deal? No, I'm not. But I care more about Maradona than I care about Cruyff, and for me, made more sense. But if you love Cruyff, and in terms of eye appealing, I think the Cruyff card was a better card. I mean, it just looks amazing. Actually, seems a very harsh PSA one because even the back was really nice. So because of that, I think the Cruyff card is also such a great buy. Um, it's crazy because there is a BVG3 right now on PWCC, and this PSA 1 looks better than the BVG3. Maybe the BVG3 sells for more, which will be crazy because people really love to buy. Really love to buy sometimes the grade, even a BVG3 is probably PSA 1. But yeah, that's completely outside of the topic right now. So I end up going for Maradona, and I will explain you my reasons. Well, the first one is I actually enjoy the history of Maradona more than I enjoyed the Cruyff history, or at least I see myself more as a fan because I did not saw any of those guys, but I can imagine me following Maradona more than I would follow Cruyff. That being said, Cruyff is also amazing. This is honestly comparing two amazing cards. It's really difficult to make an argument against one. I think both are great. But my logic on this is actually quite simple. Maradona 77 releases is only this one, so there is only one true rookie. I also consider 78 rookie material for Maradona, as you guys know. I even like the Libro de Estampas card more than I like the 77 disc, but that's me. The big part of the market, when they think about Maradona rookie, they think about this card. That's the reality. So 77 being the only true rookie, and saying true rookie is always such a weird term to be fair, makes these cards very unique in that sense. And in terms of greatness, and I think it's important to talk about this, I think Maradona is ahead of Cruyff. Some people may disagree, but I think the reality is most people on the market have four guys that they consider those guys the GOATs, and I think Maradona normally is on those four guys. So I actually forget to tell you the price. Maradona was 2.6k and Cruyff was 2.8k. Cruyff ended up going a little bit higher. Again, I love both. I don't even think the Maradona card is in a great condition. I just think is a card that I really like to have in my collection. It's my second one, and I was very happy to obtain. Putting that aside, I think this is a close one for sure. Again, Maradona having only one true rookie. Palmeiras Campeões have more competition with Van der Hout, with even the postal card, Verlag, etc. Things are a little bit more tricky in my perspective. So because that alone end up going for Maradona, but I honestly believe this is a very close one. And My viewers end up agreeing with me, but like I said, end up being a very close one, and this makes sense. So actually, I end up not liking the 84 or 82% on this one. I thought this was a little bit too much for Maradona, since I also think the Pirlo card was great, but this actually I'm okay. It's almost 50-50. It's about preference, and both are very iconic cards in the market. I say this all the time. It's for me it's difficult to look at that Maradona card and think that's a card. I look at more like an artifact, but it's a very important artifact for the history of the market. So, moving on to the next one, and this puts two cards that are a little bit cheaper than the previous one. I'm talking about Jadon Sancho Panini Don Rosa's Press Proof Silver PSA 10 sold for $96 versus 2007 Panini Bundesliga Manuel Neuer football sticker PSA 8 sold for $93. Very close, $3 different. This is an easy one for me, of course, and I think it's difficult to make an argument for. I mean, I don't think it's difficult to make an argument. I actually think it's very easy to make an argument for Sancho, because you can tell, you know what, the upside can be tremendous on Sancho if Sancho plays very well next season. And of course, there is always that if there is more people engaging in the ultra modern market, etc. But you guys know my profile, not profile. That I like to buy players that I consider. Look, I have a series on YouTube with the name Investing in Greatness, and for sure Manuel Neuer will be in one with Buffon very soon. He's actually two guys that I really think I need to make a video for them. And with that in mind, I think Manuel Neuer, you can make a solid argument that Neuer is the best goalkeeper ever. I know people put Buffon, Yashin, even Casillas, or Oliver Kahn, but I think there is an argument to be made for Manuel Neuer. So if you make a top 5 goalkeepers and you don't put Manuel Neuer, then I think you are not understanding the greatness of this guy. And his career is still not done, so I would not be surprised if Manuel Neuer wins another Champions League. Who knows, with the World Cup, with Euro Cup. So I think Manuel Neuer still have a lot of things to win, but his career is already so impressive that is honestly crazy. I say this all the time. For me, the best goalkeeper ever at the time I'm recording the video is Buffon, but I would not be surprised at the end of Manuel Neuer career I may change to Manuel Neuer, because I think they are already quite close. And again, don't want to predict this type of things. I love both in the end. I think if you collect Buffon or Neuer, is a matter of taste, to be fair again, and both are legendary goalkeepers. So end up going for Manuel Neuer. If I guess this will tell you, and my viewers agree with me, this will tell you more if you are in the pre-modern side, in the vintage side, or if you are playing more on the ultra-modern side. And again, there is argument to be made on the ultra-modern side, like I was saying, but knowing my profile, of course, this was an easy choice for me, since I really think Manuel Neuer is a legendary player. So, before I go into the next one, let me say one thing. There is a new Q&A every week on my Patreon. If you guys are not part of my Patreon, you guys need to pay $10 if you want to join, of course. Don't feel pressured by that. In the last couple of months, I'm answering more than 300 questions. You guys are seeing the last Q&A was the Q&A 56. So if you join the Patreon right now, you have access to all of the Q&A. So a lot of content to watch. And I end up talking about different topics: Messi and Ronaldo retirement and the impact on their market, cards with strong rarity and pre-modern, and a lot of more stuff. So check the link below the video if you want to join my Patreon. I actually forget to say, but I put a new Q&A every week and a new extra audio also every week. So again, a lot of content. And if you love my content on YouTube, probably you also like my content on Patreon. Link below the video. Like I was saying, it's $10. One thing that is totally free is actually my Discord. We are more than 500 members, and I will also leave the link below the video. I think it's an amazing place to talk with other collectors, to share, to learn. Yeah, totally free. We are actually close to 600 members, so you can help me with that and be part of the community. Moving on, and the next Best Buy puts two legendary players. So we end up going from Maradona versus Cruyff. Now we go Messi versus Pele. Do not get much better than this, to be honest. And in this case, put Panini ST sticker 2004, the rookie sticker for Lionel Messi, a PSA 9, very good grade, 7.2K versus a PSA 4 58 editor Aquarela, black number. I don't think that matters that much for Pele. Love both cards. I think that this Pele is, in terms of eye appealing, is honestly a great Pele. What's the problem with this Pele is if you compare at least with other Pele rookies in terms of rarity, lags a little bit. A PSA 4, of course, is not a bad grade. Um, this is a very competitive one in my perspective. I think again you can make arguments for both. Talking about the Messi SS sticker, and this is a market that I engage more to be transparent. I think the Messi sticker probably right now is the best rookie sticker to buy for Lionel Messi. No financial advice. I just think the rarity is quite strong. One thing that people need to be very careful is there is a lot of rumors that there is fakes on SCC and CSC. So pay attention to that. But I think PSA has been doing a great job on those. Even Beckett, I never saw fakes. I'm not saying to trust in Beckett with stickers, but I never saw fakes. So I think maybe they are also safe. I own a BGS 8.5, for example, and I know it's real. But do your own research on that front. In terms of all the major 3-4 grading companies, I think PSA is the one doing the best job with the sticker, to be totally honest. And a PSA 4 is a very, very good grade for this sticker. Probably a hot take, but I think I said a PSA 4, right? I'm sorry, a PSA 9 for this sticker should be selling a little bit more close to a PSA 9 for Mega Crack 7 on Bees, because I know there is more lore around the Messi 7 on Bees being the Holy Grail, and is a card that I have a strong position in the market to be transparent. But I don't know. I think the sticker is very special. I think this sticker can compete with Mega Cracks in the future, even if right now people are very one side to the Mega Cracks 7 on being the grail card for Lionel Messi. I can see a change in the future, since rarity seems to be very strong if you compare with the other Messi rookies, of course, for the Panini Este sticker. So I really love this sticker. This Pele is actually almost in the opposite side, because if you look at the Pele market, this is actually one of the easiest rookies to find. It's still quite difficult to find, don't get me wrong, but the Panini SS sticker is in the opposite side. It's actually one of the most difficult rookies to find for Messi versus one of the easiest rookies. Easiest, again, nothing is easy, but to find for Pele. Of course, there is condition rarity on both. I mean, it's a PSA 9 versus a PSA 4. I guess my bias will always make me choose Lionel Messi. I think Lionel Messi is the best player ever. I don't think he's Pele. I know a lot of people disagree. So because of that, and I love pre-modern more than I love vintage. That being said, I also love vintage. That's the problem. And I honestly think this Pele looks great. He's almost a 50-50 for me, but again, I mean, I grew up watching Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, so those type of cards are very special for me, and I hope you guys understand. I will choose Lionel Messi, but very close one, and makes sense. 32% versus 58%. Actually, and I could for this one in particular, I think I should have done a longer research, and I will explain you why. I'm not sure if a PSA 4, again, I will check after recording, is more rare than a PSA 9 for that sticker, because I know that the PSA 9 pop is very low for Messi, but I'm not sure if the PSA 4 is also very, very difficult to find. That being said, both great cards, and makes sense to be close. My viewers end up going for Pele. I may disagree, but I think is a great choice and is an epic card. So next one. The next one is an alternative one. Let's say I'm putting George Aggie versus Romario. George Aggie is 87 Panini Calciator PSA 8, sold for again almost $300. Same goes for Romario to 50 for the Romario 1, 87 Copa União PSA 3. Easy one for me, being real. I do not care that much about Aggie. Not that I don't think he's a good player, but I don't have any type of connection. And the reason I also don't have any type of connection is because, in terms of greatness, there is much better players to look than Aggie at this point in time. And Romario is a very good example of that. I mean, we talk a lot about Ronaldo, Nazario Lima, and of course, that guy was incredible, was insane. But Romario is also one of the best nines ever. And in Brazil, a lot of people believe that Romario was better than Ronaldo. And I don't think that's honestly a crazy take to have. Ronaldo end up being such an amazing player for Brazil. In Brazilian league, this man was unstoppable. A great season at Barcelona. But basically, Romario was just the perfect strike almost. People call him the baixinho, and if you saw highlights, this guy was really a machine. There is a lot of stats that say they end up scoring more than 1,000 goals. I think that's more up to debate, but this guy was incredible. So I'm gonna end up going for Romario. I may not appreciate Aggie the way I should, and there is argument to be made on that front, but I appreciate Romario a lot, so for me this is a easy one. I also think Panini Calciatore stickers always scare me a little bit, but PSA 8 probably is a very good grade, but this Copa União Romario, again, not saying it's too great by any means, but if you compare with the typical Panini Calciatore, it tends to be more difficult to find. And 73% end up agreeing with me on this one, which makes sense. I mean, I also think my audience is more engaged with the Romario market than the Aggie market. So because of that, I'm not that surprised, but it's an interesting one to be fair. So to finish this, and this will be a very quick one, I have an extra the Best Buy. I normally only do 5, and this is a good way to support the channel, since I will share the result on eBay affiliate link, and this puts ahead two legendary players, at least one legendary player versus potentially people call a baby goat. I'm talking about Lionel Messi, and I'm talking about Mbappe. Of course, I was joking. Mbappe is potential will, in my perspective, most likely will be a legendary player. Right now, I mean, I believe he's 23 years old, so of course he's not in that category already, but will be, in my perspective. And this puts a one card out of for a Lionel Messi rookie card, the Barça Campeón 62. Beautiful card in my perspective. I actually think from all the cards in the Barça Campeón set, I may like this one a little bit more even than the headshot. At one point, I thought the headshot was the most beautiful one, but I don't know. This card have been growing on me. I love the Barcelona background. I think it's just a beautiful card. This of course was signed probably by a fan or something like that, and I think it's interesting. This is a rookie. Sign. This is a market not super explored in soccer. I saw that James ended up sharing on our Discord that seems like there is more autos, Messi rookie autos coming to the market. So maybe you need to be a little bit careful on that front. This one ended up selling for 3K at that time, and I need to revisit my position. At the time, I thought was not a bad deal by any means. I thought this is actually a very special card. And in the other end, we have Top Scrum Purple BGS 9 for Kylian Mbappe that ended up selling for 2.8K. So almost the same as the Messi one. You guys probably know my opinion on this one, but if you guys want to check the winner got 73%, and the link will be below the video if you want to check this one. Most of you guys may know, or may you guys get surprised. I'm not sure. So let's move on to the conclusion. And the conclusion is collect things you love, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for spending time with me on this YouTube video. Means a lot. I do not take things like a guarantee. I know if you take time of your life to watch a video of mine, that's important. So thank you so much for doing that. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye.